I'm doing makeup on my bed because I don't feel like getting up and freezing and sitting at the desk. So we're doing it right here.
What appears to be a handwritten plan for the murder. And finally, a badly damaged videotape. With the new evidence and the admission of his participation in Cassie's murder, Brian is placed in custody. Tori is brought to the station with his parents.
And there's just no easy way to tell you this. We do know that Tori and Brian murdered Cassie. We're gonna have the evidence and prove that. And then we do have a confession from another person giving full disclosure. So unfortunately, we're not going anywhere tonight. You can talk to the picture. You can do that. Tori, stand up, put your hands on the wall.
Brian Draper and Tori Adamczyk are arrested and charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. But the extent of the nightmare isn't yet fully known, and won't be until the contents
My
of
wife
the
did my hair,
videotape
so.
are finally revealed.
With seasonal styles and savings at Ashley, you can make this fall a whole lot sweeter, friendlier, home-teamier, and a whole lot more fun. Invite fall in by visiting your local Ashley store or shopping online today.
Monday, of course, it was the talk of the school. You know, Cassie was dead, and who did this? They came to class and they acted normal. They cried tears.
And then the rumor started spreading. There's a videotape, but the videotape is damaged. The videotape is in bad shape. We've got a specialist working on that.
Once the videotape is cleaned and reconditioned, the horror that lives in the minds of Brian and Tori becomes glaringly real.
We're going to make history, and we're going over to house. We're going to try to see if she's on one or not. If she's on one, splat, she did.
The taping begins on the night before Cassie Jo's murder.
One of the signs that showed up throughout all of the video I watched was the callous lack of empathy and lack of regard for others' life.
There should be no law against killing people. I know it's a wrong thing, but hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
Combined with this narcissism and also this sense of entitlement and the need for being infamous, all of those signs definitely tie back to not only psychopathic traits, but traits that are commonly seen in the adolescents who murder.
We're gonna go down in history. We're gonna be just like Scream.
Tori certainly had a very significant interest in violent, macabre media. Becoming fixated on these things over time has a relationship with increased predisposure to violent acts.
Ted Bundy, like the hillside strangler, Zodiac killer.
Most people are more amateurs compared to what we're gonna be.
There was such a strong interplay between the two. They were also in the role of validating one another. I'm having these evil thoughts of killing someone, and my peer over here is telling me that that's okay. In fact, that is great. Let's go and do it.
We found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Our first victim is going to be Cassie Stoddard. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get?
The next morning, Brian's camera rolls again, capturing a playful exchange between Brian and his friend, Cassie Jo Stoddart.
Hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi, please. Yeah, see ya. Wait. Have you seen Tori? He's supposed to be here at 7:30. It's 8:19. He's an hour late. You don't even care, do you? Okay. See ya.
In 15 hours, Cassie Jo would be dead. before Brian and Tori finalize their plans. They meet in a school library to wrap things up.
So hopefully we go smoothly. We can get our first kill started and we can keep going. I'm sorry, Cassie's family, but she had number one. We have to confirm. And she's perfect, so she's gonna die.
They were so light about it.
You got like the up close look.
It was nothing. It blew my mind how they could talk about something so horrific like it was the weather. She's the one. She's perfect.
On the night of September 22nd, 2006, Brian and Tori put their plan into action. Having spent an hour with Matt and Cassie Joe, they pretend to leave for the movies. Instead, they park around the corner. The tape also reveals another startling fact.
They were planning to kill Cassie and Matt.
Unfortunately, we have the grueling past of killing our two friends, and they are right in a house just down the street.
We just talked to them. We were there for an hour.
When we checked out the whole house, I locked the back doors. Now we just gotta wait, and we're ready. We waited this for a long time.
A long time.
They were excited. You know, it's the kind of motivation a child has before they go on stage for a play, but yet this was murder. And the excitement in their voices was profound.
We just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a joke. I stabbed her in the throat and saw her lifeless body just disappear.
Shut the up. We gotta get our act straight.
It's okay. Okay.
As her killers flee into the night, Cassie Joe lays dead or dying alone.
My poor daughter was scared out of her mind. And I wasn't there to protect her. You know, what do you do? You think these things.
The actual murder is not on the tape, leaving Tori and Brian with their only defense.
Both Tori and Brian, in their defense, said the same thing. I thought we were there to make a movie. We were gonna scare the heck out of her and film it. And the other one went crazy.
Each claims the other did the stabbing, but the wounds to Cassie Joe prove otherwise.
We had a couple of pathologists that could testify that they were done in multiple directions at pretty much the same time. It would be consistent with more than one person doing the stabbing.
Juries found both of them guilty. Brian and Tori received life sentences without parole. It is the maximum sentence either one of them could have received.
We wanted to know. We wanted to know why this happened to Cassie. Why? We wanted answers. And even after the trial, I don't think anybody got them.
I know that they did it. I know how they did it. I know the extent that they went in planning it. I just don't understand why.
After seeing all that I saw, after sitting through these trials, after seeing the videotape, after reading the police reports, someone was going to die at the hands of Tori and Brian.
Everybody was victims. We were all victimized by Tori and Brian, but we need to remember Cassie, and that is it.
Cassie was just an amazing person. And it sucks that she's gone, but she'll never be forgotten. Not around here.
She'd be going on 25 this year, so. I mean, she'd probably be already getting ready to be a lawyer or something. I don't know, you know, you just don't know. I think about her every day. Couldn't have asked for a better kid. I miss her. I wish she was still here with us, but God wanted her for a reason.
Okay, now I gotta let that sit.
There's
And we'll
always
be
a
back.
reason.
And only S1P receptor modulator approved for UC. Don't take Zeposia if you've had a heart attack, chest pain, stroke or mini-stroke, heart failure in the last 6 months, irregular or abnormal heartbeat not corrected by a pacemaker, if you have untreated severe breathing problems during your sleep, or if you take medicines called MAOIs. Zeposia may cause serious side effects, including infections that can be life-threatening and cause death, slow heart rate, liver or breathing problems, increased blood pressure, macular edema, and swelling and narrowing of the brain's blood vessels. Though unlikely, a risk of PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor doctor about all your medical conditions, medications, or if you are or plan to become pregnant. If you can become pregnant, use birth control during treatment and for 3 months after you stop taking Supposia. Don't let UC stop you from doing you. Ask your doctor about once daily Supposia.
If I can be anything, I will be... That's a very hard question. When I grow up, I want to be a good lifeguard. When I grow up, I want to be an engineer. Dancer, singer, and artist. A superhero.
What does this have to do with banking? To us, everything. Kids are the future of our communities, which is why at West Banco, we partner with organizations that teach kids the value of money and how to save so they are better prepared to pursue their dreams.
In 2003, Las Vegas is the epicenter of excess in the United States. It's a town where the liquor runs free and the cards never lie.
There's the Las Vegas that people visit, and you go to shows, and you go to restaurants, and you gamble. And then there's the Las Vegas where these kids live, and it's just suburbia.
Contrary to popular belief, there's a lot of very nice Leave It to Beaver type neighborhoods. People don't live in hotels. It's a regular place.
18-year-old Matt Baker lives here and attends Silverado High, where he's
When you were
noted
any
for
of
his
those eyeshadow brushes went, that's so not good.
In
Okay.
11th grade. And that's when they started hanging around.
Never mind. I know where they are.
Tall.
Never mind.
The sweetest thing. Very polite. Always took his shoes off in my house. Always called me Mrs. Knight. And he always wore dress shoes, dress pants. And I thought that was strange, but I just thought he came from money. Matthew borrowed a couple of my movies, Casino and then his Goodfellas.
Inspired by these films, Matt Baker begins forming his own mob by first recruiting his best friend, 17-year-old Jared Whaley.
I know they were drinking. They were drinking beer. But he did come home and he always does homework and did what he needed to do.
Jared was a ball of energy. When I first met him, he walked into a room with just me and my friends and was instantly friends with everybody.
He started bodybuilding. Jared was working out every day. My relationship with Jared at that point was kind of rocky. He wanted to hang out with his friends, and there was a curfew, and you have to follow rules, and Jared didn't want to follow the rules.
Matt and Jared recruit 2 other Silverado High students to be in their mob, 18-year-old brothers, Cody and Shane Myers. Together, the group starts selling pot to their classmates for spare cash.
So if you're a young kid and you've watched the movies over and over and over and over again, you can fall into that idea that this is really how you work and your friends are that way and we're going to run our little drug operation that way.
Matt had an obsession with the movie Casino. I believe he wanted to kind of transform that group of friends into his own mob. They called themselves the Crew. They drank, they smoked, they stole beer.
Matt probably wanted to do more. Because if you're going to be a gangster, you can't just sell pot to your friends. You're going to have to expand your empire, and Scarface comes to mind,
The boys complete the crew by inviting Shane Johnson, a new student at Silverado High, to be a member.
Jared brought Shane over one day. He had his head shaved, so we're sitting at the table and he introduced him to me, and I just said, "Are you a skinhead?" I was joking. And he said yes, and I said, "Oh, okay, so what does that mean?" And he said, "Well, I don't like anybody unless they're white." That was the end of that conversation.
He came from Southern California. Apparently, everyone had referred to him as Nazi Shane. He was a card-carrying neo-Nazi.
Something that I was thinking about in reading this case, when you look at Shane Johnson's story, he says that he was a skinhead because that was a family. Shane had that mentality, I want to belong and I want to be a part of something.
Shane Johnson, he was the new kid in the group. He's a follower, wanting to set in with some people. Shane Johnson was supposed to be an enforcer.
It isn't long before the crew's newest member, Shane Johnson, butts heads with the more independent-minded Jared.
Jared, I think, was sort of the rebel of the group, not controlled 100% by Matthew.
I was never able to put my finger on how Jared fit in with these guys. He was just the complete opposite. They didn't have a lot of other friends, but yeah, everybody liked Jared.
From what I read, Shane Johnson became intimidated by Jared. And to see Jared coming into his own at that point and taking up bodybuilding and looking at his futures, that might have fueled the fire.
Threatened by Jared Whaley, Shane Johnson begins to act out against him.
And so it's my understanding that at some point around this time, Shane Johnson has a stun gun, and he was pretty well known for carrying around, and he'd stun himself or stun other people. He tried to stun Jared next to his heart because allegedly he had heard that this could cause heart murmurs, and so he stunned him near his heart, and apparently, that did not knock him out or knock him down.
When you see adolescents who are aggressive, who are fighting, who are physically violent, those are all classic symptoms of conduct disorder. And conduct disorder is really the budding beginnings of antisocial personality disorder, which equates to psychopathy.
Jared grows weary of the adolescent behavior of his fellow crew members and begins distancing himself from the gang.
Jared came home from school that day and he put his arms around me and gave me a hug. Because I have a job set up, because I'm striking up, I'm not gonna, I'm just tired. I'm ready to move on with my life.
He really wanted to join the Marine Corps, and he knew screwing up was not a way to accomplish it.
And this is today's makeup look for Finding Nemo. Join me tomorrow. We will be doing another Disney movie. As always, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Be cautiously kind to others and do what's right for you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.